determinants and the matrices. And in this particular topic, we will study solution of the system of linear equation using the inverse of a matrix. So, student, as we already learned, I have discussed with you how to find out the inverse of a matrix using the adjoint, whether matrix is of order 2 or of order 3. So, here now we want to learn the application of this, and this application is here in system of linear equation. So I want to tell you first of all what is system of linear equation. You are familiar with this already. In class 10th also we have studied this, 11th also. Let us see, student, what is linear equation. If equation is written like a1x plus b1y plus c1z is equal to d1, so this kind of equation is called linear equation in 3 variables. It can be 2 variables also. Like if the equation is written a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, then it is a linear equation in 2 variables. We can say variables are x and y. a1, b1 and c1 are the constant. Here also a1, b1, c1 and d1, these are the constant. We can say a1, b1, c1, these are the coefficient of the x, y, z, and d1 is the constant, we can say. Then similarly, if this is one equation only, but one equation, if it is having 3 variables, we cannot solve. This is the law of algebra. There must be, if there are 3 equations we are using, 3 variables we are using, then there must be 3 equations. So if another equation I am taking a2x and b2y plus c2z is equal to d2, or a3x plus b3y plus c3z is equal to d3. If these are the 3 equations, similarly if here I am using the 2 variables, so there must be 2 equations, a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. So now this is called what? System of linear equation. Now this system of linear equation we have learned already how to solve algebraically, but now we want to solve the system of linear equation using the matrix and inverse of the matrix. Student, what is the procedure? How we can solve this? Let us see. We can write the system of equation in the form of the matrix, like if we want to write this, we can write a1, b1, c1. Let these are the elements of our matrix, a2, b2 and c2, a3, b3 and c3. At the same time, these are the variables x, y, z, and these are the constant like d1, d2 and d3. So we can write the system in this form. Here we are representing, this is our matrix which we are representing by capital A. These variables we are representing by x, and constant we are representing by, this is also a matrix. So matrix of order, what is the order of this matrix? There are how many rows? 3 rows, 1 column. So order is 3 by 1. So we can say this is also matrix B. And if further, if in this equation you will multiply by A inverse both the side, so you will be getting here now like this. What I have done, both the side I have multiplied by A inverse. So if you will do this, then the changes will take place here now. I am writing here, student. So you can see A inverse and A, we can write like this. This is X and this is A inverse B, we can say. A inverse into A is I, we can say. x is equal to A inverse B. What we understood by this? If you want to find out the value of this x, y, z, which is a matrix of order 3 by 1, you need to multiply the inverse of matrix A in the matrix B. B matrix we have framed from here. So we can do the multiplying, because if you will see, if you will notice the order of this matrix, it is of order 3 by 3 and this matrix is of order 3 by 1. So the product is possible because number of column of this is equal to number of row, and the resultant you will be getting a matrix of order 3 by 1 only. So once you will find this product, you will be getting a matrix of order 3 by 1, which you can easily compare both the side and you can say the value of x, y, z are these particular values. Similarly, if it is the case of a system of linear equation in two variable, then also we can solve. Here also we can write like a1, b1, a2, b2, this is the matrix, and x, y, these are the variables. This is another matrix. Similarly, here also we can write Ax is equal to B and x is equal to A inverse B. So, dear student, this is the rule you will have to apply for finding the value of the x, y, z. I'll discuss with you some of the examples so that you can apply this rule properly. You can learn how to apply. Let us see. But before that, there is one more important part I want to tell you. Like, we can solve the system of equation in this category. I am telling you what is consistent and inconsistent. See student, maybe the system of linear equation is consistent or maybe it is inconsistent. So what is the meaning of this? If it is consistent, so if at least one solution possible, means what is the meaning of consistent? I am telling you the meaning of the consistent is what? If you are suppose solving this equation and maybe you are getting one solution for x, y and z, you are getting one particular value, different values maybe. So that is called consistent, and it can be inconsistent. It can be inconsistent if no solution possible. If no solution possible, it is called inconsistent. So we cannot solve the system of linear equation if it is inconsistent, because there is no solution possible. Now there are some categories, like the first one, when you will solve the system of equation. So first of all, as you know, here we are finding using the inverse also. Inverse if we are using for finding the solution. If this matrix is non-singular, then only we can find out the inverse. So the first rule is what? Here, if determinant A is you are finding and that is coming non-singular. That is coming non-singular. So student, once you are going to solve the system of linear equation, you will have to write them in this form, and further you will have to check first of all what is the value of determinant A. It must be coming not equal to 0, this non-singular. Then you can say unique solution possible. If it comes not equal to 0, you will start solving the system of linear equation, because unique solution is possible. If it is singular coming, then what you will do? Then you will check the value of adjoint A into B, and if it is coming not equal to O, this is not 0, it is coming not equal to O. O means null matrix. Then you will say no solution possible. And in third category I will say if determinant of A is equal to 0 means singular, and adjoint A into B, if this is equal to O, then we will say infinitely many solutions possible. So these are the three conditions I have written. Means just revising what all I have discussed with you. Student, in this topic we are going to learn how to solve system of linear equation using the matrix method. We can solve system of linear equation. There are two categories, consistent and inconsistent. What is consistent? If there is at least one solution possible, it is called consistent. And what is inconsistent? If there is no solution possible, that is called inconsistent. See now, student. So these are the two ways we can say. So we cannot solve the system of linear equation if it is inconsistent. We will only solve if it is consistent. See now, these are the three categories we have divided. So this one, if determinant A is equal to 0, if it is non-singular, then always system of linear equation gives you unique solution. Means it comes in the category of the consistent. At least one solution. At the same time, here also if you will see, determinant A is equal to 0, adjoint A into B is equal to O, null matrix, then infinitely many solutions possible, means this category also comes in the consistent. Third one. But the second one, if you will see, determinant of A is equal to 0 and adjoint A into B is not equal to O, null matrix, then no solution possible. So this is the category of the inconsistent. How you will solve? You will have to first of all write the system of equation, divide that in the form of the matrix like this, and ultimately you will have to find this x is equal to A inverse B. Now what we have done? Already we have learned how to find out the A inverse. A inverse